Hello everyone, welcome back to the series Developing Early Communication in Children with Autism. I'm Surabhi Verma, Founder Director, Sparsh for Children. A lot of parents have been asking what are some specific activities that they sometimes run out of ideas, what can be the games that they can get from the market for their children to encourage these eye-building, eye contact activities for and with their children. So here are suggestions of some of the activities when you start at the basic level of eye contact, when you are just entering that first step of developing eye contact. What are various activities and toys that you can look for in the market, and then the activities that you can do with them. So the list is now what happens is once the child has started looking for you, loving those activities, the eye contact has become much better. Every time you call the child or you take the name of the object that or the toy that you're playing with, the child immediately gives you that, the perfect eye contact, gives you that smile with it. It's time to build the interactions forward. It's time to take the next step. More interacting and turn-taking activities that you can do with your child. The first thing that you have to understand when would you start these activities is when the child starts acknowledging your presence. The child will, the moment you come in with something in your hand, child will look at you immediately. And that's when you call out his name, Tom, see, and the child is going to be ready, looking at you and with that expectation on his face. Start in a more structured format. So these activities would require a little longer turn-taking activities, right? So you have to start in a small structured format where you are sitting at a little bit of distance from the child. You're not right next to the child on his knees, but you're sitting with the child, but a little far away from the child. And once the child is comfortable with you doing it, introduce more people, introduce the same activities in different environments, sometimes in the bedroom, sometimes in the dining area, well, sometimes in the park. So just include various situations and make these fun games more meaningful with the child. Now, what are these games that can help you? Here's the list again. A lot of time parents ask me what's the right time to bring in a friend or the sibling in the play, and I will say once you have reached the second set of activities and the child is doing it with you, it's time to bring in a preferred friend or a sibling to the social interaction, to building eye contact, to developing that reciprocating early communication with another child. Things to remember, the first and foremost, it is always better if the child is an year older or 6 months older or 2 years older. So a child who is a little older to the current age group of your child, it would be fantastic because our children naturally, form friendships, form meaningful connection with children either a little older or a little younger to their age. The same with children, it is a little difficult to start because both the children have similar expectations from each other. Even our other children, a neurotypical child may have certain expectations and may not understand why to wait for his turn. Why should he not just pick up all the toys and run from the room? And why not to tease his brother or his sister? So therefore, it's important either to get if the sibling is a little older in age or a little younger, that would be a perfect match. So just start with these certain activities once you have other children in this. So you can do the same activities that we have done in the previous list, and there are some new activities that you can do once you have another friend in the scene. And the list of activities are So that was for today. We will meet again in the next episode. Bye.